Before we start this video, I wanted to say that all the video clips that I took at this event are going to be raw video, so you guys can get to watch. Listen to every second of this guest, actor, talk show TBH. But anyway, like, comment on this video and sub and turn on the bell so you don't miss my lasted YouTube video at all. Now let's get right to the video.
Just mere bodybuilding and acting to politics and being such a huge influential figure in the world, and here you are telling his story. What was that experience like?
Hello.
My question is to do with Teen Wolf. So obviously Derek went from kind of the loner to a dad in the movie. So what was that kind of like for you, seeing that evolution of that character, like playing through so many years?
It was fun for me. It was interesting because it was also, playing Clark on the show with the two boys and him having his own set of challenges with them, and then seeing where Derek was with his son. What I always enjoyed on the show, in TV you can kind of get stuck feeling like you're doing the same thing over and over again sometimes if the writers don't give you new things, and I was always really lucky on Teen Wolf that the writers and Jeff gave me new stuff to play with every year, so I feel like each season was very, very clearly a different version of Derek, which was really fun, and the movie just took that to like a whole other place. So, playing the father and doing that, it was a big, big time jump, I think, in his life and what had gone on. But something really cool to be able to go back and explore with that character that was completely different than anything. If anything, it was more of like an exaggeration of like his maturation with the relationship with Scott, with the the alpha beta thing, kind of going from having this young wolf to kind of guide to like, well, now I have to guide my own son, and that's actually more challenging. So yeah, it was a fun thing to play with.
I thought it was interesting because a lot of people obviously thought that there were a lot of mannerisms of Styles as well as Derek in the Sun.
Well, there was when we were casting that role, I do remember watching Vince's audition, and he was great. And one of the first thoughts I had was like, oh my God, what would annoy Derek more than a son who reminds him slightly of Styles? And the answer's nothing. So there were some mannerisms and things that he was doing in the audition, and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. But Vince is a great young actor, and he thought he did a great job.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Also about Teen Wolf.
That's okay. They're allowed.
In the process of you kind of developing the character of Derek, obviously he's nicknamed Sourwolf for a reason. Yeah. Was there any kind of like moment, either pre-filming or like a special scene, that kind of made it click for you as to like who Derek was as a character?
That made it click. That's a good one. I think by the time we got going, I had a pretty good sense of who he was. It was pretty clear that he was going to be the guy that was like always on the fence. Like, is he like, whose side is he on? It reminded me of Jack Sparrow in that way. Like in the first, like, you never really know what side he's playing. So I kind of got to play with that a little bit. So that was actually a nice place to sit, which is like, I'm never going to give too much away, which was kind of fun. But I think the scene with Scott, when he says, the bite is a gift, and he says, I don't want it, and he's like, you will, that whole thing. I think that was kind of the scene that for me, I was like, okay, I think I know where this guy lives. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Kira, just wondering, what's a question you're always hoping people will ask you, because it means you get to tell a really good story?
Do you need another coffee?
Do you need another coffee?
No, I got a fresh one. What's a question I wish I got asked?
Yeah.
Man. I don't know that I'm like, there's one that I'm hoping for. Every once in a while you get surprised by one. I do enjoy being asked about, what my favorite part of my experience on Road to Perdition was, just because I get to brag about those guys as people. They were such wonderful professionals and just the nicest group of individuals who are legends in the business. And I always say they treated every single person on the set as if they were the financier of the movie. It didn't make a difference who it was, just the greatest guy. So you know, I'm always very grateful to Tom and to Paul and those guys who, you know, were a great example for me as a young actor. You know, how to conduct myself on set, how to prepare for scenes, you know, how to be gracious with everybody. So yeah, I think that's one of my favorites, just because I get to speak so highly of them, and I'm just really grateful for them and for the example that I had as a 13-year-old kid on set.
Thank you.
And I made a promise to Tom Welling when he was here. He never technically played Superman. He's only ever played Clark, for the record.
What was your favourite thing to film in out of Teen Wolf and Superman and Lois, and who was your favourite character to play?
I definitely don't have a favorite character. I do love them both very much for different reasons. But my favorite scenes, man. It's funny because for me it's more like it's the memory of filming it as opposed to maybe the scene itself. Filming the fight finale in season 2 of Teen Wolf is always one of my favorites, because we were so delirious and sleep deprived by the end of that we all, like, half of us were playing this game. You had to opt in. You had to volunteer to say, I want to play. But it was essentially a game where people could sneak up behind you and slap you on the hamstring just to stay awake. Like, it was literally just to keep us on our toes so that we would be awake to finish this finale. So that was fun. That was quite fun. Daniel Sharman and I got J.R. Bourne one time really good. Like, we both went opposite ways around the entire warehouse, so he didn't see us, and then we got him at the same time, and just straight to the ground. And it was great. That was the best one. That was the best one anybody got. So I always remember that scene. Superman and Lois, man. There's a lot from that one, just because I think season 3, with what the storyline was with Lois, you know, some really special scenes with Bitsy. She's an amazing scene partner, incredible actress, and so I was really lucky to have her as our Lois Lane, my Lois Lane, and so a lot of those scenes kind of stick out. But also the pilot, you know, going in and realizing, like, oh, this is gonna be different, and you know, it was during COVID and everything, so a lot of that stands out to me for some reason. But also the finale. I'm not gonna give anything away. Anybody hasn't seen the finale, but you know, shooting the end of the finale was, it's very weird, but it's also really cool when you shoot something and somehow what you're filming feels in a way as if it's saying something that's very true in your own life at the same time. And so there were a couple moments in the finale that felt a little bit that way. Some that obviously didn't, but some that felt very, very close. And so it mirrored a lot of what was going on with the whole moment. So yeah, those are kind of the ones that stick out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey, man.
I just wondered if you stole like a leather jacket or anything from Teen Wolf set.
Say that again?
Did you steal like a leather jacket or like anything from the Teen Wolf set?
Did I take anything from the Teen Wolf set? Not on record. But there may be an item or two of clothing that still lives in my closet somewhere. Yeah. You might have hit the nail on the head. Yeah.
If you forget to take it off, it's not theft.
That's true. I had no idea, and I also don't know where it is, so don't come looking for it. I don't know.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
Do you have a favourite character that you really want to play, or anyone that has just been since you're a child? Or...
Yes.
Who?
I shouldn't say it. Okay. So the characters I always wanted to play, the number one was James Bond, but then I realized that I'm not from the UK, so it'll never happen. So I've given up on that dream. So then the other two that always come to mind right away are Indiana Jones and Batman, which I know, I understand, I get it. But I've always loved Bruce Wayne, I've always loved Batman, so Batman, Indiana Jones, those are always like my two favorite ones. I'm like, you know, if someday, and actually we might be too close to Australia for me to say this, because I feel like someone is really not going to be, probably many people are not going to be okay with it. I always really like Wolverine too, but you know.
I can see that.
Hugh's gonna live forever, it's fine. He's never gonna stop making those movies, it's totally okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
How's it going?
Final Fantasy
Yes.
How did you get the role of Sephiroth? Did you audition or was it offered to you?
Yeah, no, I auditioned for that, and I was as surprised as anybody when that happened, because it was like a year and a half later, if I remember right. I did the audition, I went to a movie with some friends, and I felt my phone vibrate like as the movie ended, and credits start rolling, so I took out my phone as an email from my agency, and I opened it up, and I was like, congratulations, you've booked the role of Sephiroth in Final Fantasy. And I was like, they haven't made that yet? Like, I thought that was over. I thought it was done. So I was just really surprised because it took so long for them to make that decision. Yeah, that's how I got it. I just went in and did an audition and sat in the booth for a minute and read a few lines they had, and then a year and a half later, I got a call that they wanted me to do it. So.
Cool. Love your work.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is also about Teen Wolf, but who was your favourite villain, and then who was your favourite hero from the show?
Oh man, my favorite hero would have been Scott. My favorite villain. Oh man, that's tough. I feel like I'd have to say either Peter in season 1. I thought Ian did a great job once he was finally allowed to move around, which was great. But also I thought Dylan in the Nagitsune season was crazy. Oh, you guys like that, did you?
Yeah.
That's good. I thought he was amazing in that. I thought he was absolutely awesome. So I think those two are my favorites.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi Tyler.
Hi.
I've got a two-part question.
Okay.
So the first part is, what's an actor that you'd love to work with again that you've already worked with? And what makes you want to work with them again? And also, what sort of film would you want to do with them, like genre, like horror or something like that?
With that actor?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, man. For me, it'd just be cool, not that it'd be like a true bookend thing. I'd love to work with Tom Hanks again. Just because I was such a young kid when I worked with him the first time. I would love to just know what that experience is now, working with him after, having, at that time, it's interesting. I did that movie, I'd been acting for like 4 or 5 years maybe, and now it's close to 30. Shut up, don't say anything. And so I think now I'd love to go back on set, and still be curious, obviously, about, each experience is new, and so you're always learning something, but to go in with a little bit more experience and at least hopefully a little more wisdom than the last time we worked together, just to kind of see what that relationship would be. And I'd love to do some kind of dramedy, like kind of almost like maybe not like the time loop thing, but I really do love. Someone here had said that Palm Springs was the movie they saw that they really liked, and that was. I love that I'm like a small part of that movie, because then I can say how much I love that movie and I don't feel weird. But I loved what that film had to say about life and relationships and people and feelings, and so. But it was it was a drama, but it was very humorous. So something in that vein would be really fun, I think, with Tom.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You don't think a rom-com where you play like a younger version of Tom?
I mean, hey, yeah, I guess that's not a bad idea.
That's just my idea.
I mean, he made some good ones.
Sleepless because you've got email. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Kia ora Tyler, welcome to New Zealand.
Thank you, man.
With so many iterations of Superman live action, a lot of actors have...
Hello.
Thank you. What was your favourite line to say in both Teen Wolf and Superman?
One of my favorite lines in Teen Wolf was "You're gonna be good at this," which is like probably really obscure, but I don't know if you guys remember when Scott had Liam as like his wolf, and Liam did something stupid at the school, and he like kind of like chastised him and like, get out of here. And then I was just like kind of laughing, and he's like, what? I was like, yeah, you're gonna be good at this. For me, like again, it's one of those moments where like something happening on the show is also kind of like in your life, and I knew I was leaving the show at that point during that scene. And just because of the character relationship of like Scott and Derek was always like the Obi-Wan and Luke kind of relationship. It just felt like this weird moment of like passing the torch of like, you know, I'm taking off, you're gonna be great, you're good, you got this. So I always liked that line a lot. And then,
it was a show that I didn't expect to like. My best friend,
Fair enough.
My best friend pushed me a long time. You need to watch this. You need to watch this. I put it on a day where I thought, if I fall asleep during this because I'm sick, I'm not going to be mad, and I binged the whole first season.
Hey, there you go.
It's a comfort show. The very hilariously, accurately portrayed vision of the stupidity of teenage boys was the best thing ever. What is your favorite piece of media that's become a comfort thing that you just did not expect to love?
I didn't expect to love? Oh man, I wish I could say I gave things more of a chance. I usually just jump into things where I'm like, yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing. That I really didn't expect to. Man, I don't know that I've ever gone into something where I was like really hoping to fall asleep to it.
I will say I didn't fall asleep, and I've binged it like a million times since. So.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think of the one that I threw on where I was like, I'll just throw this on in the background. Man, I don't know that I have one of those. I wish I had like that thing that was like that big of a surprise to me. By the way, you're not the only one. When we did our first Comic-Con for Teen Wolf in San Diego, I don't know if anybody knows this story, but it was like we were allowed to come in because somebody had fallen out of that time slot. So we showed up and showed like the 15-minute like teaser presentation that we were giving to the network to look at. Yeah. And we screened it, and there was not even a fraction of the amount of people that are here today, like maybe 10% of the people that are here today. And they were all critics, and they all hated us. No one wanted us there. One of the questions that we got was like, yeah, so I just want to know, why are you guys ruining my childhood? That was our first year at Comic-Con. We're like, well, this was great. This is nice. And then, the great part of the story, kind of like your story with binging it. Second year we showed up at Comic-Con, it was like packed house, standing room only. They were turning people away like at the door, and it was crazy night and day experience to see like what that first season was and then what it became. But it was really funny. But man, I have to think about that. I have to think about one that like really got me that much. And I only say that to say there's some that I like really got sucked into, but I don't want to sound like I was like, oh, that surprised by it, because they were good shows. One was, is it Dead to Me with Christine Applegate?
Oh yeah.
That was great. So same thing. I didn't go in with like crazy low expectations. She's fantastic, and everybody else in that cast was great. But I just remember watching that, and I was like, oh wow, like I thought I'd like it, but I really loved it. I thought it was really fun. That first season was special.
I still need to watch that.
Check it out. Check it out next time you want to take a nap, and you'll probably finish the whole thing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, Tyler.
How you doing, man?
And I would like to start. Thank you for bringing us back to our childhood with that iteration of Superman.
Day, but you're going to come back tomorrow. We're going to have another one. So that sounds good. So you've got a question, you can come back. You're not here tomorrow.
Can you pretend to be Superman?
Can I pretend? I'm doing it right now.
Glasses are off, mate. Can't you tell? Just out of curiosity,
It's Casual Friday. That's what it is.
what position did you play?
I played all over the place, but middle infield, shortstop was my best position. Yeah. Miss it all the time.
Cat-like reflexes. All right. Hey, it's been absolutely awesome, and I get to do this again tomorrow. So if you've got any questions that you didn't get a chance to, if you're going to be here tomorrow, come back for the panel. If not, go and get an autograph, get a photo with Tyler. I mean, he's a charismatic young man. One more time, please. Christchurch. Superman.
I then went to hang out at the Just Dance 2025 booth for a bit, while I wait to get a picture with Tyler H. Derek Hale. Here is his signing and photo booths area. Here my photo that I gotten with Tyler H. Anyway, that is all. Guys, I hope you liked this video. Make sure to like and comment on this video and sub and turn on the bell so you don't miss my new YouTube video at all.
I've tried, written down the words to say. It is time. I've been waiting 5 days to explain how you make me feel inside.